it's Halloween time, all right? And I feel like now is like the season for scary movies. And for whatever reason, it kind of drops off because then it turns all like family time with Thanksgiving, even though that had a dark past. And then Christmas and Christmas movies and happiness and then seasonal depression after that with trying to catch up with the bills and the fact that you still have 4 months of winter where we are. But scary movies, all right? Maybe you're not a huge horror movie buff, but I guarantee you there's one movie that kind of stands out, or maybe there's a couple that you truly do like. So I'd love us to kind of say, hey, I love, this kind of movie, or maybe this is a Halloween tradition that you and the family or just you like to watch, or maybe you grew up watching. So I don't know, Beard Bro, you got one in mind? You're looking like it, or are you thinking still? Because if not,
I mean, I gotta say, we've already watched our family Halloween movie. I'll say if we're not going with scary, if we're just going with something that's a good tradition, Nightmare Before Christmas. We got to watch that one every time, every year around Halloween. We've got to watch it, and my son was really wanting to watch it the other night, so we popped it on, and it did not disappoint. As with
that's a
every
good
year.
one. No, that's a good one, Brandon.
We'll watch it again around Christmas too.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're talking about movies we enjoy that are horror movies.
Yeah, just just a scary movie, whether it's something you enjoy, whether it's like a tradition,
Around this time of year, I just love watching the Jason movies. They're not scary; they're just really fun to watch. You can binge watch them because they're just so terrible, and you can watch like 6 of them, and they're basically the same, but they're different. But they're fun. The Leprechaun movies are good too, but Jason movies first.
Highly underrated.
Yes. One of my favorite moments of the Leprechaun was just the way that he could bust out the riddles. Like there was a man from a trash whose balls were made of fine brass. In dark stormy weather, they both clanged together, and sparks flew out of his ass. You guys don't remember that one?
That's a good one.
No, that was a good one. Yeah, and then he does that creepy little laugh, and then he did something with the guy's balls. And but yeah, I'll tell you mine, Logan.
This is not a topic for me. When I was younger, like I would watch like the Halloween Charlie Brown and Garfield, but there was a Winnie the Pooh thing. I think it was a Halloween with Uffalumps and Woozles. Anyone remember that?
Heffalumps and Woozles.
Okay, so I'm so much of a wuss that that still scared me back then, and I don't want to watch it now. I will not watch scary movies. I like if I'm flipping through late at night or during the day and like Scream comes on, I might watch 10 minutes to look at Nev Campbell for 5 seconds, and then it's off. Like I do not watch Halloween movies, scary movies. The only one I like is Nightmare Before Christmas because it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
I'm a big wuss when it comes to that stuff.
See, I grew up a much different life. Like I would come up here and visit my grandpa, who was a horror movie buff. Like he was the guy that would take VHS tapes, rent them, record them on VHS tapes, and he could get like 3 movies. He had it down to like a science. He'd get like 3 movies on one VHS tape. Then he would catalog it, write them down, and if you wanted to borrow it, you had to sign it out as if it was a movie rental place. So, I mean, we would sit right in the kitchen and we would watch horror movies all the time. But one of the first ones I remember is watching Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
That was one of the first ones.
I tried watching that for 5 minutes. I was like, nope.
And then like the Pet Cemetery was one that I remember watching. And then he was
about Jeepers Creepers.
I don't really remember that back in the day. Or they redid it too, right?
Mm-hmm. They got a 2 and a 3.
Yep. Yeah. So, and 1, 2 that I remember was A Nightmare on Elm Street, because Elm Street is a place close to us in Potsdam, New York, which the movie was based upon, I believe.
Right. Similar, and he went to Potsdam State, I believe, right?
Yep. So he went to college up here. So like there was that, which is a pretty cool thing. And then as I grew up and started to party a lot more, I actually had my own nightmares on Elm Street, but we'll save those for some different episodes. And
Grandpa was a pretty serious guy when it comes to the movies, huh?
Oh, you weren't messing around. Oh, and then he would like call you and be like, hey, you've had this movie for 10 days. You think you could bring this back? Like it was
put your mommy on the phone. I'm gonna charge you late fee.
It was awesome. Like his whole entire living room, which I'm thankful because I actually live in that house right now. So the kid that my actual refrigerator was the one that had the notepad that you signed it out on. And then my living room was their living room that had just cabinets upon cabinets and cases of just cataloged, numbered movies. It was awesome.
Grandpa, can we take home the Leprechaun? Oh no, son, you haven't returned the Freddy Krueger movie. Not till you bring it back.
So along the similar note, my mom, God bless her, she did the exact same thing. She wouldn't dub them over to a different thing, but she just anytime that I said, "Hey, can I use that movie?" she'd write it down. Oh yeah, she had a note written for everything that I ever borrowed to go take to college or anything. I'm like, you understand? I'm your son, right? So
Yeah, I still have to think
whatever.
that probably my favorite though movie, and it's not, I guess, would be a horror movie, but Halloween is just Beetlejuice. What
Yep.
what a
That's
flick
pretty
that
cool
was,
movie.
you know.
Great movie.
You guys ever watch the old, especially now that we're older, ever watch the old Twilight Zone or anything with Boris Karloff?
Mhm.
Like, I can handle that stuff. Like, Twilight Zone is fantastic. Boris Karloff stuff from the old days is fantastic. I can
Some of
handle
that-
that stuff.
Did
that
you
shit's
watch
pretty
the
scary.
original? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Some of that shit's pretty scary.
Oh
It
yeah.
is scary. That's the thing. Like, I can handle that stuff. I can watch John Wick 1 through 3 for 15 days straight and watch all the blood and gore in the world. I can't
But not
get
Winnie the
scared
Pooh.
with- I can't get scared with heffalumps and woozles and people stabbing. I think it's a stabbing thing. I don't want to get stabbed. I'd rather get shot. I'm just like, behind the corner, just fucking shoot me. Don't stab me and make me sit there and be like, ah, yeah. Like, no,
Did you ever watch The Purge?
No, because kind of this, I'm like, I don't,
Okay. All right.
mass killings, I think, even on TV, and not to be like all, whatever, but like they creep me out. Like even something like The Purge, like my wife will get into movies on Netflix and all of a sudden there's like this big thing or they're scary or like I'll watch a great murder mystery, but as soon as it gets scary or there's any like evil beings involved, I'm like, yeah, no, or I'll just get out and watch a game. I'll go to the kitchen and watch a basketball or baseball game. I'm a wuss. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna just sit here and drink during this conversation.
Hey,
okay.
I'm not going to go too far down the avenue, but what I will say is we're talking scary movies. The scariest thing that has ever happened to me during a movie. Did you guys ever watch The Haunting of Emily Rose?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay,
No.
so I made the mistake of watching it, and in that movie there was I went to a theater to watch it, and if you, Brandon, did you say yes?
Mm.
So
He's like,
again,
mhm.
I definitely I'm a firm believer in the metaphysical. So there is good, there is evil. I'm in this theater, no shit, back in college, and there's a scene where they're doing the exorcism, and during that scene, I found out afterwards, you find out in the credits that they actually used the real recorded audio from the exorcism in the movie. No shit. During that scene of the movie, the theater dropped and you could see your breath in the theater, and it was not done by the theater.
Huh.
That's all I'm going to say about that. That's it. The temperature dropped in the theater, and you could see your breath. Everybody saw their breath in the theater during that scene. That's it. Game over. Never again.
Interesting.
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
I'd walk next door and watch the freaking kids movie with them.
Nope. I walked out, and that was the only time I've ever walked through a movie theater parking lot and felt tripped out, like someone was around me. So
Internally violated.
yep, I don't do it. I don't mess. That's one thing. Just like you with heffalumps and woozles and shit, I don't mess with dark force stuff. Don't do it. Nope.
I'm sure somebody wasn't vaping next to
I
you.
get the feeling that Brandon is just looking at us going, "You freaking Sally ass."
You seem like the folks that would be excited about somebody with card tricks in an alley.
Oh, magic!
No.
That is my card.
Yes, I am.
Nope.
How did you do that?
Wow.
You guys
Okay.
check it out.
All right, fine. Magic for Humans is a fantastic series on Netflix.
Oh, see, you nailed it, Brandon. You nailed it.